Hey, how you guys doing? Jason Williams, Charm City PT, here with our foam worker recovery workout. So today all you'll need is a foam roller. I have a long one here and a short one. We're going to start with the short one first and then move to the longer foam roller, so it doesn't matter which one you have. We'll do a little bit of both, okay? So let's start with the short foam roller. We're going to move that one back to the side. So first we'll start with simple myofascial release on the hips. This is going to be great for your lower back. And also if you sit a lot in office chairs or just have tight hip flexors in general, right? So again, you can do this one with the big roller, so don't feel like you need to have a certain one. So I'm going to come down to your hip, like your pocket line here on the foam roller, down to your forearms, right? So here you're on the pocket line, you're going to kind of like move side to side till you find a little knot, or up and down until you find a knot. And you'll know when you find a knot, and if you do, you'll stay on it, right? So it should be right around the hip bone, maybe a little bit below and to the side here, right? So if I'm showing you from the other angle or other side, I'm bringing my right knee up here, right? And I'm on my forearm, right? And then you can let the other foot kind of relax down, right? So you're here just kind of rolling around, finding that knot or that really sensitive spot, and you're just going to hold, right? And then here, you can kind of do a little rotation back and forth, all right? So a little shearing side to side to get a little bit deeper into the muscle there, or into that knot, all right? You can also bend the knee to kind of get a little extra shearing or into a little bit deeper into that knot as well to kind of get that to loosen up in the hip. You can do a little side to side. Usually out here you'll feel the knot and you might feel a release, right? So you can curl in and out. So again, like a little windshield wipe here, side to side. We like to call these windshield wipers, right? Get into the hip. If you feel, again, you can always stay out here. You can move up and down a little bit, right? Good. And again, you're gonna stay on a knot for about 45 seconds, right? So again, just kind of feel around for that. Again, take your time with this and really stay with it. Because I know it takes time to do foam rolling, so maybe do one muscle group at a time so you don't feel like you're wasting a lot of time foam rolling, right? Good. And then you relax there, and you can go to your side here, like so. So again, I'm going to show you on this side. So as you're here, you find your knot, right? You do your windshield wipes up and down, right? Side to side. Remember, you're always going to do both sides. And then you're going to turn to the side of your hip, right here, okay? So I'll bring my top leg up to kind of brace myself. I'm on my elbow, right? Straighten out the bottom leg. And here, same thing. You can go up and down, right? So here I'm actually above my hip and I can feel it, right? So you know there's that hip bone, like maybe right here. It can be above that and you'll feel the knot up there too. And maybe stay there, right? Again, depending on the density of your foam roller, you might need to keep this foot here to brace yourself if it's too hard. If it's not that hard or you don't feel it, maybe 2 feet here, right? So you can always make it a little bit harder in terms of what you're feeling, right? Good, but again, less is always more sometimes, so don't feel like it has to hurt, okay? Good. So again, you just kind of notice I'm not really even doing much, right, when I'm foam rolling, hence it's not necessarily called rolling. You're just kind of finding the knot, staying on it until you feel that disperse or that release in the muscle, right? It'll feel really good afterwards. Good. So again, side to side here, you're on the side. You can move that shearing motion front to back, right? Good. And then you can always move down a little bit lower. I probably wouldn't go any lower than just below the hip here, right? You don't need to go too far down the knee, right? And again, stay on it to about 45 seconds, minute, just to kind of really get that release, right? Okay, good. And you'll do the same thing on the other side. And, right, now we'll just turn it here. All right, opposite leg down, pull the knee up, do that windshield wipe. If you need to do it side to side, hold it. All right. Again, take your time, move up and down. Like I have a little spot there, so if I show you from this angle, right? It's right on my hip here, right? This knee is just bracing, right? So I'm not using all my weight on the foam roller, right? And I can kind of dictate how much pressure I want, right? Good. And again, you're just kind of hanging out here. Good, maybe bend the knee. You can do this while you're watching TV, watching a movie, right? Kind of kill two birds with one stone, right? If you're on a conference call at work too, and then you can't see you on the Zoom, always do it on that, right? During there, right? Good. So great thing to do in the middle of the day too, if you've been sitting a lot, kind of break up your day a little bit. So again, this is your hip flexors, right? Great for the lower back, the front of the hips, all right? And then go to your side, bring that knee or that foot up, and then just work here to the side, right? Again, you can have your hand here, both hands down for support, and then find that spot, kind of stay on it. You can move back and then move forward maybe. You'll find, again, where the knots are as you get used to doing this. So again, don't feel like if you don't get it right away that you're not doing anything, okay? So just hold it right there. Good. Just got to keep playing around with it. That's why maybe you spend a little bit of time on each muscle group. Like we're starting with the hips because that's the most probably tight spot on most people, right? And then maybe next time you can move to maybe your hips and your calves, which we're going to get to next. Okay? So let's go ahead and relax that. Let's go to the calves. Again, you don't need a longer one. We'll keep with the short, right? But you can do it all on the same roller, right? So I'm starting my right calf, which another muscle group that gets really tight that we kind of forget about, and it's sometimes hard to stretch. So my right foot here is on top of the roller. I'm crossing my left over top. Now, you might just feel it here, all right? So to keep it just like that, if you feel it here, you can do, again, that side-to-side shearing motion, and I feel it on the outside here, that bottom leg. If I feel that, I might just want to stay there, right? Also, you can flex your toe up and down the bottom foot, right? So here I'm just flexing up, point the toe, flex the toe, point the toe, right? And then that kind of digs in there a little bit more and gets into the knot and getting more of a release, all right? Maybe moving down a little bit lower onto the calf. So maybe start lower down and work your way up, all right, towards the knee. All right, so again, I wouldn't go any lower, maybe to where your Achilles lines up to the middle of the calf, maybe a little bit higher up, and that's it, right? Maybe just 2 to 3 spots in the calf. And again, you're just kind of holding, maybe a little side-to-side motion, point the toe and flex. Again, 30 seconds, 45 seconds on each calf. So these are also really good to do, the hip and the calf, if you're having knee issues, okay? So our knee sometimes takes a lot of brunt of the work if our calves are tight and our hips are tight. So these two are going to be game changers if you're having a lot of knee pain, right? Okay, so we'll switch to the left side. Same thing. Left foot up, right foot crosses over, point and flex the toe. Again, the calves you'll feel right away initially when you do your foam rolling here. Again, maybe move to the side. And notice here, I'm not even putting any pressure. I don't have to lift up or anything. I can just stay right here and do it. Especially these rollers are a little more denser. If you have a softer roller, use the pressure of your top leg to press down, right? If you want to create a little bit more pressure there. But again, less is more sometimes, so you don't need to have it to hurt, okay? So right here, a little roll, maybe tiny. All right, again, you're not going too much with the rolling, all right? A little side to side. Again, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Nice. Looks good. And then relax that. Okay. So that's what we're going to use for the this for the short roller here. Let's get more of it to the big roller now. Okay. So this one, again, all that stuff we can do here. So if I had my big roller, I would just slide across here, pull that knee up, same thing. I can do my windshield wipes, side to side, all the hip stuff, just like that. I'm just using essentially one side of the roller, right? So again, maybe cut it in half like that, right? That's how it would look. And you would just use that side of the roller like that, right? To kind of do your hips and stuff like that. And the calves, same thing. You just place it that way, foot over top and top, boom, boom, easy, okay? So now we're going to get into some upper body and shoulder stretches here, okay? So I'm going to move my short roller out to the side. You're actually going to have a seat here into your roller, like so, okay? So now you're going to lie back. Good. So again, if you don't have the long roller, this is why the long roller is really good to get, because it's versatile. You can do essentially everything on it, all these exercises. So I'm just lying back and getting a nice stretch through my shoulders, right? So this just feels amazing for posture, right? Again, if you've been sitting all day and you're hunched over, you'll feel a nice stretch through those shoulders here. I'm just letting my hands and my arms hang out here in that kind of T shape and relaxing your head back, right? So again, just feel the stretch through the chest here, the shoulders, all right? Good. Maybe take a few deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. And kind of let your shoulders melt around the foam roller, right? Okay, so I would take about 3 or 4 really deep breaths, maybe 5 to 6 second inhales and exhales, right? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. And then we'll bring your hands down to the sides. So here we'd actually get to a little bit of core work, right? So we'll bring the left knee up and then the right knee up, okay? So what you're going to do is a little toe touch, left leg down or toe down, back up, right leg down, back up. So just alternating left, right? So here, getting a little stretch to the hip, feeling those lower abs engage here. So this does take a little bit of bounce, but it's pretty easy once you kind of figure out, you get your feet up to tabletop here, right? Good, nice and easy toe tap. Again, maybe do like 10 to 12 of these. So count every one, so this would be 1, then 2, right? So again, 10 to 12, and then relax it down. Okay, good. Bring your hands behind your head like you're gonna do a crunch. So line it up, hands behind the head. So inhale, exhale, crunch up. So you'll really feel your abs engage here, and then back down, right? Crunch it up, back down, nice. So again, you get a little more abs than you think when you're doing your crunches here, because it gets really deep into the abs, right? So these are nice to do here on the foam roller as well. Good. Exhale, inhale. Keep my elbows wide, eyes up towards the ceiling. Good. 2 more. 1 more. And relax it down. Good. Bring those hands back out to that T shape. Very good. Okay, so what you'll do next is slide off that foam roller, and then you're going to move it underneath your legs. Simple, right? Lie back onto your mat. We're going to do some bridges here, right? So it's nice to do some bridges here to kind of get your hamstring and glutes engaged, and also to even stretch out those hip flexors here at the top. Hands are flat, and then slowly roll it back down. Good. Bridge up and back down. Very nice. Good. Bridge it up. So again, we'll do about 8 to 10 reps. You'll feel your hamstrings really engage here. Back up and down. Options to bend the elbows if you want a little less balance with the hands, so take away balance. And really feel your glute and hamstrings here, right? And relax it down. Good. So again, 8 to 10 reps. Bring the foam roller back in. Now lift your hips up. Pull the foam roller underneath of your kind of lower back, more at your butt. Bring the right knee in, 2 hands. Nice easy stretch here through the hip flexors. So essentially you want to roll out your hip flexors, your calves, and then you want to stretch them, right? So that's kind of the systematic approach, or the application to loosening up the muscles or preparing them to do a workout, a run, whatever you need to do, right? So good, a nice easy pull here. You can pull in pretty tight to get a nice stretch to the hip flexor here. Good. You can also maybe do a little hamstring, pull up here. This is nice. So I'm just grabbing behind my thigh here. Good. Or the calf if you have that flexibility. You can point and flex the toe if you like. All right. And then pull that knee back in. And then bend this one, relax it down. So pull the left knee in. Readjust the foam roller if you need to. right leg goes down, perfect. And pull really tight and get that nice stretch. So I feel this side a lot. And again, this is a nice easy stretch here, right? Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale. And again, you can